In part one, we went grocery shopping for some super simple, price-effective groceries while on prep. Here in part two, we're going to do a little cooking, a little preparing, things I do on the weekend to get me set up for the week while I am in contest prep. Right now I'm boiling some water, going to make some whole wheat pasta, okay? Also going to make some white pasta as well, just penne. Gluten-free pasta is good as well. We're just going to go with these two today, okay? Rice is good too. I'm just using this, so I brought a pot of water to boil. I'm just going to put in this box of the pasta here and give it about 10 minutes and it will be all done. So I set that, and then in the meantime I'll show you guys something else I was working on. We got strawberries at the store, so got my paring knife, cut them in half, cut off the top, and I'm just going to put these in a Ziploc baggie and freeze them, use them for my protein ice creams, okay? So I like the fresh strawberries, freeze them. These bananas, once they ripen, I will peel and freeze them as well for the same reasons, put them in some Ziploc baggies. So that's another thing, guys. Like, for example, let's say you are making a bunch of pasta and you've got a shelf life of 3, maybe 4 days, right? If you have a little bit of extra, you can freeze it. I do that all the time, and I can thaw it off when I want to go to eat it. Look, if convenience is the #1 name of the game for you, you want this process to be easy and painless. You have a busy schedule, right? You don't have time on Thursday to make a whole bunch of food. You can freeze it. Chicken, you can freeze it, okay? So, just some thoughts. So, 10 minutes, this is going to cook, and I'll see you then. Alright, we're going to stir this periodically, every couple minutes. As it's boiling, always want to make sure the water is still boiling, right? So I'll keep it on high or medium high, and we'll be good to go. I got another pot here. When that warms, it comes to a boil, I'll start cooking the white pasta, and then we'll strain it in the sink there, and then I'll put it aside, and we'll be good to go. Alright, our wheat pasta is done. I'm going to strain it. So simply going to pour it in our pasta strainer. Alright, we got our white pasta done. We finished the wheat pasta a minute ago. So 10 minutes on the burner. And I'm just going to put this into the strainer here. And then we're simply just going to rinse it out, get some of that extra starch off. Alright, we're going to cook our ground chicken here, really simple. I brought this pan to a boil. I'm going to dump the sucker in the pan. I'm going to add some seasonings, and then chop that bad boy up. Alright, we're going to add some seasonings, really simple. I got some garlic powder, pepper, some fennel, and then this seasoning, Harvest Blend, pretty good. Actually, I'm going to add a little basil too, right here. So we're going to add all of this in. We're going to brown the sucker up. Let's keep it easy. Pepper's a good, solid seasoning. If I had to pick a couple seasonings, it would be pepper, garlic powder, probably basil, or oregano, or Italian seasoning, which is a combo. Fennel's good. And then I'll put some of this Harvest Blend stuff in there. Let's chop this bad boy up. Ground meat, easiest stuff to cook, guys, okay? No matter if you're going through a general fat loss phase, contest prep, heck, even a maintenance or a building phase, you need some easy protein. You don't want to be bothered by something super confusing, right? Ground meat, it's so easy, okay? I swear by it. Ground beef, ground turkey, ground chicken. Just makes your life so much easier. And to make this process sustainable, you gotta make it easy, right? Because maybe 1 or 2 weeks I could do something really confusing where I'm cutting up, chicken breasts or whole chickens and peeling off the fat. I can't be bothered with that, okay? I'd rather spend an extra 40 cents a pound and have some quality of life, right? So I'm gonna be chopping this up. So as you can see, starting to turn colors a little bit, which is good. So flip it a little bit, just keep chopping it up. And you can add more seasonings. I have chili powder and stuff and cumin. That's all good in here. today I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to add more pepper and all that stuff here in a minute as I stir it up. You could cover it. That sometimes makes it cook quicker. It's up to you. You can make bigger batches, smaller batches. If I cook 1 pound at a time, like, it would probably be done by now. Like, it'll cook really fast. If you just do it like per, the serving or per the meal or whatever. And if you have a big family and you're trying to do some batch cooking, this is perfect, right? So anyway, I'll see you guys when this is cooked, and then we'll move on to our chicken breast tenderloins that we picked up while we were at the store as well. Okay, so if you want to come closer, you see our ground chicken is done. It's only been a couple minutes. Start to see when it starts boiling like that, it's done, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to transport this to a container. Just got a container here, and I'm going to move it over here. Turn off the burner. I'm going to scoop this guy into here. And actually, something I like to do is I like to drain out a lot of the juice. So I'll drain out some of that, and then we'll put the rest of this in our container. All right, ground chicken is all in our container. I'll slap a lid on here. By the way, I think I got to set 3 of these rectangle containers on Amazon for like $15, and I've been having for years. I'm just gonna stick this in my refrigerator. Boom, done. Okay, so if you need a lean protein source, chicken breast tenderloins are awesome. These have per 4 ounces, 19 grams of protein and half a gram of fat. And they're easy to deal with, so it's kind of a win-win in my book. So I'm going to open these up and season them. In the meantime, I'm going to put my pan on. And I'm just going to open, actually I'm going to open both of them. We'll go for it. So cutting this package open. Alright, we're going to add some seasonings, same as with the ground chicken, guys. Go put in some basil. I'm going to show you what I do. I like to pre-season them before tossing them in the pan. I'm going to add a little bit of everything here. A little bit of fennel. And then, like, when I go to eat it, I'll season it to taste. I'll put salt and pepper. So, like, if it's not perfect now, it's not a big deal. But I do want to make sure I cook some seasonings onto these guys. Garlic powder is a good one. I like that. Like I said, pepper is good as well. Then I'm going to start just kind of mixing it up a little bit. I'll add some more seasonings. Just like so. Not perfect coverage, but it's not bad, right? So I'm just going to finish the job, and then we'll toss these guys in the pan. Right, we're going to toss some of these tenders in the pan. I'll try to fit as many as I can in. Stovetop is super easy to work with, guys, so that is what we're going with. Alright, so I've had the tenders on here for about 4 minutes on about medium. As you see, they're getting white around the edges, so I set a timer. When it beeps about 20 seconds, I'm going to flip them, do it for another 4 minutes. And that should be good, and I'll start checking them. The thicker ones are going to need a little bit more time, so I found that 4 and 4 is good. Like, you probably do a little bit less, but I don't want undercooked chicken. I'd rather be a little bit overcooked and put a little extra seasoning on it later and be good to go. This is my personal preference, so timer went off. I'm just going to start flipping these guys. With the fork here. And these are smelling really good, with the seasonings and it cooking in there. Probably could add a little bit of white vinegar or something to the pan, or if you're a better chef than myself. But if you're all about the simplicity, it'd be good. So let these guys cook for another about 4. This one's going to take a little bit longer because of the thicker one. And then we probably should be good. So putting my raw utensils there, I'm going to grab another fork that's going to be the cleaner side, and we'll put it over here. So catch you in a few. Alright, so we're done. Here's what I like to do, guys, to check that they're cooked and also to help with storage. I'll take a scissor, start cutting into it, see how it's flaky. Oh, this guy's done, right? So I'm just going to chop them up to little pieces. And good to go. It's what I like to do. Makes my life easier. Check these thin ones. Yeah, so 4 minutes per side, as you can see. It's looking good. You know it's done when it's like, you know, starts to shred easy, very white, not opaque at all, right? So yeah, I start with the thinner ones after the 4 minutes is up, and I start bringing those out. And you can tell that they're done. And this way later I can mix it with rice, I can mix it with pasta and broccoli or whatever. And we got a nice easy dish like that. So this is what I like to do. I know a lot of people like to cut up their meat before they cook it, but how about after you cook it? That's not one I see many people do often. So I'm doing off the rest of these and we'll start with our next batch. Alright, so we're all done, guys. We just finished cooking up our chicken breast tenderloins. I got about 4 pounds here. So slap a lid on there, slide it in the refrigerator. I've got my ground chicken here as well, you know, in the container, right? We cooked that earlier. We cooked our wheat pasta. I like storing them in Ziploc baggies. White pasta as well. I also made some rice, which I'm going to grab here real quick. Also made some basmati rice in my rice cooker. So I got rice as well. The frozen broccoli that we picked up at the store, all I'm going to do is I'll take like half the bag, put it in a microwave safe bowl, add some water, cover it, toss it in there for 4 or 5 minutes. I'll have steamed broccoli in no time. Add some condiments, right? A little bit of olive oil. Maybe we'll have like 5 grams at a meal. A little sugar-free barbecue or something. Actually, let me just grab some, right? Add something like some no sugar added barbecue sauce, which is awesome with the tenderloins. And that's what I do, guys, on prep. I just adjust the serving sizes to help me hit my macro targets of whether you're in a fat loss phase and prep, want to keep it simple, on a budget. This is how you do it, okay? Make it simple. That way you can sustain your journey and make a really big, tremendous fat loss transformation, okay? Talk soon.